I think I never heard this one video that they played in court.
Hmm.
And it was of the body cam footage of them getting me out of the car. And I heard myself screaming. I did not like that. Are they trying to trigger the fuck out of me or something? Why would they show that? I heard myself screaming bloody murder. And I don't know if it was me, but I think it was me.
Ladies and gentlemen, there is a very thin line between standing on business and standing on something that makes absolutely no sense. And many people believe the Shirilla family has been confusing those two things from the very beginning. From the way they talk, it seems like they believe that because they know Mackenzie personally, the rest of the world must have it wrong. In their minds, standing by her means standing on truth, loyalty, and family, even when public opinion is completely against them. But now, that loyalty seems to be turning into something much uglier. What started as defending Mackenzie has slowly shifted into blaming other people, criticizing the victim's family, and acting like everyone else is the problem except the person at the center of the case. That is where a lot of listeners started getting uncomfortable. Instead of saying this is tragic for everyone involved, the conversation starts sounding more like Dom's brother made things worse, or Dom's mother made Mackenzie look bad. And that is a wild direction for the conversation to go. To many people listening, it feels like Mackenzie is being fed the same message over and over again. You did nothing wrong, Kinsey. Everyone else is against you. Everyone else is making you look bad. That kind of support might sound loving on the surface, but critics believe it only pushes her deeper into denial.
In court today or no? You didn't see anything?
No. There's $40 on it. We didn't know, so we just figured start with 40. I have no idea.
Russo and Angelo testified.
Are you okay?
It was Miss Russo's I don't know what it is. I just feel like she doesn't really want to do what she's doing. She's just so hurt.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. She was I loved Kenzie. We were so close. She was just saying good things about me. And she got to be in
So in this first call, Mackenzie and her mother are clearly irritated about Dom's family speaking in court and sharing their side. They do not seem happy about what his brother Angelo said. And they definitely do not seem happy about what his mother had to say either. And this is where the call becomes very revealing. Many viewers feel Mackenzie shows almost no real remorse in these conversations. The quiet, emotional version people saw in the documentary does not match the tone people hear in these jail calls. In the call, Mackenzie mentions Miss Russo and Angelo testifying. Angelo Russo is Dom's brother, and Miss Russo is Dom's mother.
She was giving stuff to the cops. It was weird. I don't know how to explain it.
She was giving stuff to the cops?
Giving text messages from the cops. But she was yeah, I spent a lot of time with Kenzie after the after the accident.
Yeah.
She was crying. She couldn't look at me. But then Angelo was just kind of being a smart ass on the stand. And he was saying how Dom would go to him and say that we were Dom Bruzek using use up season.
Yeah, I had a feeling his testimony. Yeah, I had a feeling it was going to try and hurt you.
Me and he was me and Kenzie stopped being close. Kenzie used to confide in me for her problems. First of all, I did used to come to you.
Kenzie, stop! Nope, no, none of that. Nope.
Whatever. Pretty much, he knows what he's just trying to make it all weird.
Yes, I know. You talked to Jim.
Was there any events that made you guys not close? He was not specifically, whatever. But I'm thinking of this exact event that I know exactly what event he's thinking of too.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about too. I know.
So right away, the conversation is focused on the victim's family and what they said during trial. What also stands out is that Mackenzie's mother admits she was not really watching the trial closely. That surprised a lot of people because if she truly believed her daughter was innocent, many viewers expected her to be glued to every second, taking notes and preparing for anything that could help an appeal. Instead, the energy sounds more like she cannot handle hearing what is being said. And then Mackenzie brings up Dom's mother, saying she loved her and cared about her before everything changed. But that is where context matters. Dom's mother did speak about how they once viewed Mackenzie, but the full message was that their feelings changed after they learned what happened. Mackenzie focuses on the first part, but many listeners noticed she leaves out the part that explains why Dom's family feels the way they do now. As the conversation continues, listeners start picking apart certain details and wondering what might have been happening behind the scenes.
And do you know if, do you know how they played
Are you okay?
No, they played that video of arguing today, the one where I'm in the house. But
Yeah.
He's like,
Kenzie, we can't talk about anything.
He just goes babe in the video. I hear him call me babe, and I just kept crying. Because
I'm sorry.
I need that video when I get out of here. I don't care if it's a bad moment, because I know we was good a little bit later. It was
Yeah.
his voice.
I know. Yeah. Yeah.
You know that one video of me and Dom driving, and I was in the silver bikini with the glasses?
Yes.
Yeah, did you send that to him?
I did.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure he had that.
He does. Yeah. Yeah.
It's not really about to read Alcoholics Anonymous.
Hey, that's okay, Kenzie. There's good stuff in there. That's a good program. It's very healthy. So.
Some people have even questioned whether there were parts of Mackenzie's personal life that never became fully public. While there is no clear evidence of that, the way certain topics are avoided during the call leaves some viewers feeling like there may be more to the story. One moment that catches attention is the way Natalie's tone suddenly changes during part of the discussion. Several listeners notice that she seems eager to move past certain subjects, which immediately sparked speculation online. Of course, nobody knows exactly what she was thinking, but it was enough to get people talking. What many critics keep coming back to is their belief that Mackenzie was drawn to the lifestyle she had with Dom. They argue that it wasn't simply about the relationship itself, but also about the money, freedom, and experiences that came along with it. That's a point that has been debated for years by people following the case. Because of that, some viewers reject the idea that Mackenzie was simply an innocent bystander caught up in someone else's world. They believe she actively embraced that lifestyle and enjoyed the benefits that came with it. Whether people agree or disagree, it's a perspective that continues to come up whenever these calls are discussed. The conversation then shifts toward memories of the relationship. Mackenzie talks about arguments and how things would often be fine again shortly afterward. That detail stood out because many listeners immediately recognized the pattern being described. Anyone who has been in a relationship knows disagreements happen from time to time. But some viewers pointed out that when a relationship becomes a constant cycle of fighting and making up, it can be a sign that things aren't nearly as healthy as they appear on the surface. That observation quickly became another talking point online. Then, this discussion moves to something that has become a recurring theme throughout these calls: media attention. Once again, Mackenzie seems focused on whether she was mentioned in the news and how the case is being covered publicly.
What the heck? The guy told me there was a library. You have access to books. I got so excited.
No, they said there used to be a ton of recycled books here, but then people got to bringing them home and shit.
Wait, can we bring one right now?
I won't get it till tomorrow, they said.
Okay, so I'll just bring it in the morning. And just take it to where the commissary place is? Like, I don't know what I'm doing.
I'll ask, but I don't want to waste time with you. I don't know how long I get to be out here.
That's okay.
As long as I can.
That's okay. Yeah, no, I agree. Oh my God, I can't believe you're sleeping alone. That, you know what? That is everything.
No, who was all at court today?
That detail stood out to many listeners because of how quickly the conversation shifts in that direction. Rather than focusing on what happened in court or how the proceedings are unfolding, there appears to be significant interest in how everything is being presented to the public. Some viewers even connected that mindset to earlier discussions about clothing choices and appearance during court proceedings. They believe there was a strong desire to manage how she looked in front of cameras and how she might be perceived by people watching from home. By this point, many listeners had come to the same conclusion. Mackenzie seemed convinced that public perception was incredibly important. Whether it was news coverage, courtroom appearances, or social media discussions, the attention surrounding the case often appears to be front and center in these conversations.
You didn't see?
I tried to look. Every time I would look, the sheriff would be like, mm-mm. But I'll try to keep looking.
Oh, okay. So
I've seen Antiphony. I've seen Peggy.
Yeah.
Faith. I've seen Grace.
Yep. Jade is coming Thursday. Oh, you saw that?
Yeah.
Good. Alyssa, she told Alyssa she was coming today, and Alyssa just was bawling her brains out about you.
They put me on the news today.
I don't know. So come on, tell me about the food. Did you even see it?
Oh yeah, it came to my door, and I said I don't want that. Cause like,
what was it? What it was like?
So you know how at the other place, well you don't know this, but at the other place they use like recycled trays you throw away.
Okay.
Here they do trays that you just wash. They reuse.
Yeah. Yeah, which is actually better because it's not wasteful.
It's actually better, but they're all stacked on top of each other, food hanging down the side of them. And I look at the food. I mean, it didn't look how the picture looked I've seen online, but it just was the fact that it was like...
Did you see that yellow glob of shit for food with like mold in the middle? Is that what you're talking about online?
No, it was like just like a blob of like weird... I don't know what the fuck it was.
Like corn or something?
Many listeners believe Mackenzie genuinely expected to walk out of that courthouse one day and return to normal life. That's why some people were surprised by how much attention seemed to be placed on appearances, clothing choices, and how she might look in photographs or news coverage. According to critics, there was a noticeable concern about image. The idea of looking good for cameras or public attention comes up more than once, and that has led some viewers to question where her priorities were during such a serious situation. For them, the focus on appearances felt completely disconnected from everything else happening around the case. That perception only grew stronger when later conversations brought up body camera footage. In those discussions, there was frustration about certain clips being shown because they made her look bad publicly. Many listeners interpreted that as another example of being concerned with image and perception rather than the larger issues surrounding the case. As the call continues, the conversation shifts toward life inside the facility. Jail conditions become a topic of discussion again, including food, routines, and the general experience of being incarcerated. Like many previous calls, these everyday details end up generating plenty of reactions from people listening. For longtime followers of these recordings, those moments have become almost expected.
Peanut butter bread, my lemon packs, and cookies while I'm here.
Okay, but if something looks yummy.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it.
Okay. Okay.
I'm not sure.
Did you meet anybody yet?
Mom, I haven't been in my room. I haven't talked to nobody here. And I'm the only buddy out right now.
Well, what unit are you? What pod? Like Juve, Med?
Oh, I'm not.
Gen Pop?
There's no juvenile pod because this is an adult facility. And these are really weird. You just say like weird, movies.
But there's no juvenile, like the bind over juvies. There's none of them?
A bind over, there's no such thing as a bind over juvie. Once you're a bind over juvie, you're an adult. You're a county adult.
No, some 15 and 16-year-olds get tried as adults.
I don't know.
Every new call seems to include another story about prison life, whether it's the environment, the people around her, or the challenges of adjusting to daily routines behind bars. It's a reminder that the reality of incarceration is often much different from how some people imagine it. The discussion eventually turns toward Mackenzie's appearance and health, which sparks another round of commentary. Listeners hear observations about weight, changes over time, and how different she may look compared to earlier stages of the case. Naturally, that becomes another topic people begin debating online. Then the conversation shifts once again, this time focusing on the prison itself. At one point, Natalie seems confused about aspects of how the facility operates, and that immediately catches attention. Several listeners couldn't help but notice that she often appears unfamiliar with details that others might consider fairly straightforward. That dynamic between Mackenzie and her mother has become one of the most talked about parts of these recordings. Time after time, listeners hear Natalie asking questions, seeking clarification, or misunderstanding something, only for Mackenzie to step in and explain it. Because of that, many viewers have commented on the unusual roles the two seem to play during these conversations. By the end of this section, the call has bounced between public image, prison life, health, and family interactions. And once again, it's the combination of those topics that keeps people listening.
Remember those boys that threw those rock boulders off of a bridge onto cars below and they killed a girl?
No.
They were 15, 16-year-olds. They got charged as adults. Yeah.
And the thing about it is,
okay, it doesn't matter.
You know how it's like houses 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
Yeah.
Here it's like floors. I think I'm on the 7th floor, and there's like boys on that floor and shit. We're not mixing with the boys, but like in the pod right now. Boys, I'm on like C of the 7th floor, I think, and I'm in room 11.
Do you have like a SO number?
Oh yeah, I do.
Yeah, because that's how I have to address your mail.
Okay, ready?
Wait, nope, because I'm outside. I could wrap up a book?
Yes.
The guy told me that I can't do that because people like had drugs in them and shit. I was like, oh my God. Then I tried to tell him about the Polaroid picture and he didn't know anything about that one.
All right, you ready?
No.
You
Hold on.
Yes?
Okay.
0, 3, 5, 8, 6, 5.
0358465.
Yeah.
Okay. So I definitely know that we have the Harry Potter books here. So
every new recording seems to reveal another layer of the relationship between Mackenzie and her mother, while also providing a glimpse into her life behind bars. Many listeners have pointed out that Natalie and Mackenzie often seem interested in completely different things. During this part of the conversation, books become the topic, but some viewers couldn't help laughing at the idea that Mackenzie would suddenly become interested in spending her time reading long fantasy novels while in prison. Based on everything heard throughout these calls, many people believe her attention is usually focused elsewhere. Whether it's relationships, social dynamics, messages from the outside world, or life inside the facility, those subjects seem to come up far more often than books or hobbies. That's why some listeners found this part of the conversation amusing. As the call continues, Natalie falls back into her usual role of trying to keep the mood light. There are nicknames, jokes, and playful comments that she clearly finds entertaining. However, not everyone listening shares the same reaction. In fact, many viewers have said they find these exchanges awkward rather than funny. That has become another recurring theme in the recordings. The relationship between Mackenzie and her mother often leaves listeners scratching their heads, especially when Natalie becomes overly enthusiastic about things that don't seem particularly important. Some people see it as harmless support, while others believe it highlights deeper issues in the family dynamic. The conversation eventually moves away from the lighter topics and back toward much more serious territory. Once again, criticism is directed at the Russo family, something that has become increasingly common throughout these calls. By this point, many listeners had already noticed a pattern of frustration whenever the victim's family is mentioned.
My friend, thanks for the last one.
Oh my God, Cynthia is so cute. Hold on. You said... Wait, can you hear me? She said... Hold on, I got a lot of action here. How are you guys doing? We all miss Miss Mackenzie. She's my sugar booger.
That's so funny, oh my
You
God.
always used to call me that.
That's so cute.
I miss her so much.
Oh, believe me, I know she misses you too. Like freaking crazy.
Yeah, no.
So do you still have so you don't have snacks yet, right? You just have what you get for trial?
Yeah, I have no snacks yet.
How much peanut butter?
Like 8 packs.
Really? That's nice.
Yeah.
That's real nice. And the bread.
You have 1 minute left.
Hold on, I'm about to call you back right now.
Okay, bye
I
bye.
love you so much, I'm going to call you back.
I love you too. Bye, honey.
Then another call introduces a topic that clearly upsets Mackenzie. This time, the focus is on police body camera footage that was shown during court proceedings. According to the discussion, she is frustrated that recordings captured her behavior at the scene, and that those clips were later presented as evidence. That reaction immediately caught the attention of many listeners. Critics argued that body cameras are designed to document events as they happen and provide an accurate record of what officers observe. Because of that, they found it strange that frustration seemed to be directed at the footage itself, rather than the circumstances that led to it being recorded. For many people following the case, this moment perfectly illustrates a theme that keeps appearing throughout these conversations. Time and time again, there seems to be anger toward the evidence, the testimony, the media coverage, or the people discussing the case. That's why this section generated so much discussion online, with many listeners questioning whether the focus was being placed on the right things at all. This part of the call is where many listeners became especially frustrated. The reason is simple. Mackenzie begins talking about hearing herself screaming in body camera footage, and according to the conversation, that's something that really bothered her. As soon as that comes up, reactions online are immediate. Many people point out that body camera footage is evidence, and evidence is often difficult to watch. For critics following the case, the issue isn't whether the footage was upsetting. The issue is that the focus seems to be on how uncomfortable it was for her to hear, rather than on the events that led to those recordings in the first place. That perspective has become a recurring criticism throughout these calls. Time and time again, some listeners feel the conversation shifts toward how certain evidence, testimony, or courtroom moments affected Mackenzie emotionally, while the impact on everyone else involved receives much less attention. The discussion then moves toward one of the responding officers. Mackenzie and her mother speak positively about the officer because he appeared concerned about her well-being at the scene. While some listeners understand that reaction, others were surprised by how much attention was placed on that detail compared to the broader circumstances surrounding the crash. For many viewers, that's what makes these calls so difficult to listen to at times. The priorities often seem completely different from what they expect. Instead of hearing reflection on the losses involved, They hear conversations centered on personal frustrations, media coverage, courtroom experiences, and how events affected Mackenzie herself. At one point, the discussion turns toward the question of why everything happened the way it did. That immediately sparks reactions because many listeners believe the answer isn't complicated. From their perspective, the events unfolded because of choices that were made, not because of fate or bad luck. As a result, comments about why did it have to be them generated a lot of debate among people following the case.
Oh, and I forgot, that just reminded me. I think I never heard this one video that they played in court. And it was of the body cam footage of them getting me out of the car. And I heard myself screaming. I did not like that. So I never heard this one video that they played in court. And it was of the body cam footage of them getting me out of the car. And I heard myself screaming. I did not like that. Are they trying to trigger the fuck out of me or something? Why would they show that? I heard myself screaming bloody murder. And I don't know if it was me, but I think it was me.
Who else would it be?
It had to have been you.
And all I heard was the cop who found us. Oh my gosh.
I know. That man.
Another thing that stood out is how little Davon seems to be discussed throughout these recordings. Several listeners have pointed out that while Dom is occasionally mentioned, Davon rarely becomes a major part of the conversation. Because of that, some viewers have questioned whether he was ever truly part of Mackenzie's inner circle or if he was simply known through Dom. That observation has come up repeatedly online. Many people feel that Davon's presence in the story often gets overshadowed, both in public discussions and in the calls themselves. Whether that's intentional or not, it's something listeners continue to notice. Toward the end of the conversation, attention shifts to Mackenzie's friends and the people around her. Critics argue that the attitudes and behavior discussed throughout these calls don't exist in isolation. They believe friend groups often reflect similar mindsets, values, and ways of thinking, which is why some viewers have started paying attention not only to Mackenzie, but also to the people closest to her. By the end of this section, the biggest takeaway for many listeners is the same one they've had throughout much of these recordings. The gap between how Mackenzie views certain situations and how the public views them remains enormous. And every new call seems to make that divide even more obvious.
Oh my gosh.
I know. That man. He came.
I'm gonna write him.
Yeah, he came to the hospital that morning.
Yeah, I'm gonna write him and be I thank you for.
Yeah.
I could just tell he thought and
yeah.
I like him.
Kenzie, you're so lucky to be alive, baby. I don't know how. I don't know how you are, but oh my God.
Yeah, and then after I watched that video, it just got me thinking damn,
What, you saw the video?
No, I heard it. They had the TV turned, so I couldn't see, but I was just thinking damn, why did it have to be them? That just is so sad and wrong.
I know. I'm sorry.
Why does it have to be them?
We'll get through this, Pumpkin, okay?
The conversation keeps going, and once again, the focus turns to the people around Mackenzie. Throughout these calls, there's a recurring theme where her friends and supporters become part of the discussion. And many listeners have noticed that the same types of personalities seem to keep showing up. Critics following the case often joke that everyone in the group appears to be chasing the same things: social media attention, online validation, and the image that comes with it. That's why comments about modeling, posting pictures, and building an online presence seem to pop up so often in these conversations. From there, the discussion shifts toward one of Mackenzie's friends. Natalie starts commenting on clothing choices and appearances, turning what could have been a simple observation into a much longer conversation. As usual, listeners are left wondering how the discussion managed to drift so far away from the bigger issues surrounding the case. Then comes another moment that catches people's attention. Someone apparently made a mistake or had an awkward moment in court, and Natalie reacts as though it's a major victory. Many listeners found that exchange strange because the excitement seemed completely out of proportion to what was actually being described.
Who's talking? So is the staff nice?
The staff, everyone I talked to here has been nice so far.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, what else? What other friends have said stuff?
Oh my God, I gotta tell you the funniest thing.
Huh.
Frickin' Shelby and Grace are the cutest things on the planet.
Why?
Okay? Because they got the day and the time messed up.
Okay.
Right? So they're working out. When I said it got moved to 11 a.m., she must have read that it got moved to the 11th. Okay? And then so they're working out, and Grace said she saw this girl that looked just like you, and she was like, oh my God. And then she must have had an epiphany, like not the 11th, 11 a.m., right? So she sends me a text, and they stopped working out. They like rushed over. You should have seen what they were wearing.
Oh my God, I don't even want to know.
Jim walks out. He goes, you can't wear that if you're planning on going back here.
I'm dead as fuck. Was they wearing like tiny little workout outfits?
Kenzie, I don't even know why Shelby had any clothes on. To begin with, she should have just been naked. Okay?
That leads into a bigger point that viewers have brought up repeatedly. Throughout these calls, Natalie often responds with encouragement, agreement, or excitement, no matter what topic is being discussed. Because of that, some listeners feel Mackenzie rarely faces any real pushback during these conversations. Many people have described it as having a permanent cheerleader in your corner. Whether the topic is serious, trivial, or somewhere in between, the reaction often sounds supportive. Critics argue that constantly hearing agreement can create a distorted sense of reality over time. As the conversation continues, the two begin discussing other people they know, and the tone becomes noticeably more lighthearted. There are jokes, compliments, and observations being exchanged, and Natalie seems especially enthusiastic about certain details. Longtime listeners have pointed out that this kind of reaction is fairly common whenever she starts talking about people connected to the story. At one point, Natalie becomes so animated describing someone's appearance that several listeners couldn't help but laugh at how invested she seemed in the topic.
I don't even know why Shelby had any clothes on. To begin with, she should have just been naked. Okay?
I love it. I don't give a fuck.
I know.
I wish you were in the courtroom. You gotta ask Kendra or Faith if they seen, man, the Officer Hazoo did some dumb ass shit, and I was trying not to.
What?
So they had the whole bin of evidence.
Yeah? A bin?
Yes, every evidence they had. They had a bin of evidence, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And they said something about the evidence, and like Officer Hazoo gets to like searching through the bag of evidence like loud as fuck, and just like disrupts the whole courtroom. And then the prosecution's like, dude, stop, what are you doing?
Oh my. Oh no!
So funny, and he just looks like, God.
Oh no! But wait, I gotta tell you, Shelby had on some nude color bodysuit. Okay, they were shorts, tank top, super low scoop neck. Okay.
What started as a simple description quickly turned into one of the more memorable moments from the call. By the end of this section, many viewers are left focusing less on the actual subjects being discussed and more on the dynamic between Mackenzie and her mother. Once again, the conversation highlights the same pattern that keeps showing up throughout these recordings. One person talking, the other enthusiastically agreeing, and listeners trying to make sense of it, all as the story continues to unfold.
So it was like...
I love them.
I know. So cute. Her hair was like all natural and curly because she was working out. She was wearing these teeny tiny super tight shorts and this like corset. Oh my God. You can see every bump and I mean, oh my God.
As the conversation wraps up, Natalie once again finds herself giving extremely detailed reactions to things that many listeners feel don't really deserve that much attention. Whether she's ascribing someone's appearance, reacting to a story, or commenting on something Mackenzie says, the enthusiasm always seems to be there. That's why a lot of viewers have become fascinated by their dynamic. Time after time, Natalie appears eager to support, encourage, and validate almost everything her daughter says.
Tell them I can't wave at them tomorrow too, and I'm gonna like try to.
No, don't.
No, tell them say I'm not going to. Tell them I can't wave at them.
You have 1 minute left.
Oh no!
I love them, but I'm gonna try to get another call to you.
Okay. But I love you so much. Me too.
I'm gonna try to get. I have to let someone else get a call. I'm not gonna hold the phone, but
okay. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm so proud of you.
For what?
Yes, I love you, Mom. Have a good night. I'm going to try to get another call, but if not, I'll try to talk to you first thing tomorrow whenever I get up. But try to find some like bail bonds and shit for me.
Yeah.
And I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay. Try to have a good night. Yeah, I love you too. My sweet baby.
I love him.
I will. I'll be thinking about you and holding you all day tomorrow.
Yes, please. Yeah, just, I don't know. I'm gonna talk to the lawyer and have him tell you some stuff too tomorrow.
Okay. Okay. Try to have a good night.
I'm gonna try, Mom. I don't know. I'm gonna try to do.
For critics following these calls, that has become one of the most revealing aspects of the entire story. The moment that really stood out to many listeners was when Natalie started talking about how proud she is of Mackenzie. That immediately raised questions online because people began wondering what exactly she feels proud of. It's a topic that sparked plenty of debate among viewers, especially given the circumstances surrounding the case. Throughout these recordings, Natalie regularly refers to Mackenzie with affectionate nicknames and words of encouragement. Some listeners see that as a mother standing by her child no matter what. Others believe it goes much further than that and reflects a refusal to acknowledge difficult realities. Either way, this call gave people plenty to discuss. The family dynamics, the reactions, and the constant support from Natalie continue to be major talking points every time a new recording surfaces. Let me know what you think about this call in the comments below. If you're still interested in these breakdowns and want to see more, make sure to like, subscribe, and share the video. Your support helps the channel grow and keeps these discussions going. Thanks for watching, stay tuned for the next one, and I'll see you soon.